What's up, everyone? My name is Aquila, and today I will be showing you how easy and fast it is to lay out drums in a Color with Live stencil. So this is what a Color with Live stencil looks like when you first open it, and today we're just going to be filling out the drums. So first I'm going to open the drum group and then the kit group. I'm going to select the kit group, and I'm going to come over here to this Tool Room Mark Knight Volume 6 pack, and I'm just going to select all these kicks that are in it, or just whatever pack you want to use. And I'm going to drag them into the drum rack located under kick. Now what I can do is I can select all of these and open up the drum rack where I put all those kicks in. And I can just arrow up and down until I find a kick that I want. Sure, that'll work for this example. Now that we have our normal kick in here, you can see that there's these sections where the kick is filtered. These are usually going to be like build up, break sections, or just the sections where the fills are in. So I'm going to open this up, find the kick that we used, and option drag this over to the kick filtered section. And I'm going to put it on C1 because that's where the MIDI is. Now I'm going to filter the low end out of that kick. Somewhere around like 130, 140 usually works for me. And now, we've laid out our kick throughout the whole project. So what's next? Our clap. So let's go in here and find a clap that works for us. Drag all these in. And we're going to select all the claps. And we're going to arrow up and down until we find a clap that works for us. Sure, that works for now. So we can keep going down this list. I'm just going to go into this cymbal group right here and open up the cymbal group and start with a closed hat. The Deceiver packs. Let's check this out. Sure, let's drag these in. I think that works for what I'm trying to go for, so I'm just going to leave it right here. You can see that there's a bunch of low end in here, so I'm just going to click this to cut out all the low end. And now we're going to move on to the open hat. So maybe for this, I'll go back to that Mark Knight kit I was using before. If you want your drums to sound cohesive, it's usually good to use samples from the same pack. Here we go. Hats. I know these are all going to be open. So now we can come in here and find which hat works for us. Cool, got that one. So now we have our open hat or closed hat. I'm going to make sure the open hat's a little bit quieter than that closed hat. I want them to kind of sound like one thing. Sounds great. Now we have these little clap fills in here that were in this song, and I use this as like a reference, but if I'm using the Color with Live templates, you can kind of see where everything's usually happening, but as you fill out your song and you put your ideas into your song, these things will change. But just to get started and you know, just get fired up about the record that you're going to start, sometimes it's good to just drag some of this stuff in. I'm just going to drag this one in. There, now we have some fills going on. Nice. Now we have a percussion section, and in this template you can see, good, nothing is filled out. Because what I want to do, just to get things going, is drag in a percussion loop or maybe a top loop. So right here, I'm going to press Command-T to add a new audio channel. And this is a piano house song. The real fun thing to do is if you're using a left wing Cody, I Feel It, piano house song, try writing a different record. Like maybe try writing a dubstep record into this arrangement, or try writing any kind of other record, and you can get some really interesting results. But for this example, I'm going to stick to piano house. So let's see if I have any piano house samples. Here, top loops. Let's try this one out. I'm going to put this under this percussion guide. You can also do the same thing and input your own percussion shots into here and make your own loop. For this, I'm just going to use a percussion loop. That's actually pretty sick already. I'm going to label this just to stay organized. And I'm just going to drag this everywhere where you see percussion. And I'm going to go ahead and delete this if you don't need it. Maybe come in here and shorten the envelope. Just to tighten it up. Neat. So now we have this build snare right here that I haven't filled out yet. Usually in house music, it's a 909 snare. So I'm just going to search for a 909. Sure, why not? Put it in C1 because that's where all the MIDI is. And you can see snare build is already programmed. So you can come over here and start doing the stuff that matters a little bit more, like maybe your automations. We can come in here and we can automate like a high cut filter. And then I might also automate the gain so it doesn't start off at full volume. Cool, works for me. What else do we have? We have shakers. I am sure there are some shakers in here. Let's do maybe a shaker loop. Okay. Actually, let's just look for a shaker. Sweet. Command T. Drag our shakers in here. And now we're just going to drag these everywhere where you see shaker. Now it looks like one of the last things we have here is ride. So we're just going to find a 909 ride. And I'm just going to drag this into C1. And it's just an offbeat ride. So yeah, I'm sure all of you guys know how to input an offbeat ride. But it's already done for you in the Color with Live Stencils, so you don't need to waste any time. You can get your ideas out a lot faster. Cool. Now it looks like the second part of the drop. So now right here we have our crash. So yep, you guessed it, 909 crash, because we're making house music. Sure. And obviously when you're making your song, spend a little bit more time on your sample choice. Because that's the whole point, is to free up your time so you have more time to focus on things like sound choice, automations, and writing a song. Nice. Now we have our crashes, and look what happens whenever this happens. You can see right here we also have a reverse crash. I guess it's only happening one time in this song. So what I'm going to do is just take this crash we already have, and I pressed Command T to add a new audio channel. And I'm going to solo this. My audio channels are automatically set to resampling. You might need to come up here and select resampling. And then we're going to arm the track. Press record. Whoops. Press record. And now we're going to come in here and press R to reverse that crash. And we're going to line it up with the reverse crash slot that we have here. Perfect. And I guess that is the only one. Yeah, that was just something I accidentally recorded. Cool. Label this reverse crash. And now we can delete this because we're not using it anymore. Maybe shorten this. Cool. So wow, that took like no time, and we have a full arrangement for our song ready to go, and we can just come in here and start actually writing the music. So in a future video, I'm gonna come in here. Maybe I'll even come into this project and I'll start writing a chord progression, maybe an ARP, you know, our classic house sustain string. But for now, we have a full drum structure ready to go. So thanks for looking at this video. Check out the Color with Live website. Download a couple templates. This stuff makes writing so much quicker, so much faster. And yeah, it definitely does give you more attention to focus on the writing the music of the project rather than, you know, I'm going to cut this and do an outro.